Call the meeting to order for the Village of Round Lake Beach. It's our board meeting for Monday, November 19, 2018. Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk.
Here.
Trustee Valdez.
Here.
Trustee Wallace.
Here.
Trustee Butler. Trustee Nichols. Trustee Cleveland. Mayor Hill.
Here. As you can see, we only have half our council here tonight, but we do have a quorum, so let that be for the record. Would you all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Any additions, deletions, or corrections on the agenda? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Valdez,
Second.
second by trustee Wallace. We have a motion and a second. Any corrections, clarifications to the agenda? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda is approved as written. We have the council meeting minutes from October 15, 2018. Any corrections, clarifications on those? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Husk,
Second.
second by trustee Wallace. We have a motion and a second. Any questions, corrections, clarifications to the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, those are approved. We have expenditures tonight of $972,730.92. Some of the more major items there are our Fresh Lake Michigan Water, the CLC Jawa, about $134,000. The healthcare services for our health insurance, about $124,000. And a redevelopment agreement for Equities Associates Incorporated, about $179,000. There's also a lot of other items that the village staff have looked through, the village trustees have looked through. Any of the village trustees have any questions at this time? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Motion by trustee Wallace, second by trustee Husk. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
Mayor Hill.
Aye. Those approvals of expenditures are approved. We have no ratifications tonight, so we'll move on to our standing committee reports. Trustee Wallace?
Thank you, Mayor. Normally I go through and I put all down all our recycling or electronics recycling and all the rest of that, but there was a good article that came out from the National Waste and Recycling Association that I wanted to go over for everybody tonight. As most people know, we've been having, Round Lake Beach was having a recycling test, I guess is what you can call it, where Waste Management, as they're going around, is taking a look at what's actually going into the recycling, what should and shouldn't be in there, and notifying the residents of what they're putting in that shouldn't be getting put in. It's been doing very, very well. However, I don't know if people really realize to what extent our recycling is actually contaminated. So I just wanted to read this excerpts from this. This was from November 15th. On American Recycles Day, local government leaders, multiple organizations, and the waste industry are asking consumers if they are recycling right. Based on audits performed by the recycling industry, 1 in 4 items placed in the recycling cart is actually not recyclable, which has led to increased contamination. To tackle the issue of recycling contamination, the National Waste and Recycling Agency and Solid Waste Association of North America formed a statewide task force to bring the recycling industry, haulers, and sorting facility operators together with government and business to develop simple, cohesive recycling education materials to help residents better understand what items should and should not be placed in recycling carts. Recycling is more highly contaminated with non-recyclable garbage than ever before. The non-recyclable items weigh down sorting facilities, reduce commodity prices, and affect the remanufacturing markets. Recycling facilities report contamination from 25 to over 35% in some of the recycling streams. As recycling facilities add labor to help remove contamination and slow lines to improve recovery, these added costs are passed along, which may increase costs for local governments and ultimately the residents. The task force identified the most common items placed in the recycling cart that are not recyclable, including plastic bags, tanglers, which include garden hoses, wire, cords, and clothing, food waste, medical waste, including syringes and batteries. As a result of the task force discussions, guidelines were developed to represent the common recycling denominators of all programs throughout the state, and the goal is to have them as go-to guidelines for all programs, all haulers, and all educators throughout the state. Participating in the discussions of the task force, the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency developed and launched a new webpage this month to answer recycling questions for Illinois residents. Swalco and Lake County are committed to helping educate residents and businesses on how to properly recycle, and with the new recycling guidelines will help reduce confusion on how to properly recycle. The recycling cart inspection program in Round Lake Beach is also a great model to look at. Once residents learned what they were doing improperly, the amount of recycling carts that were tagged due to contamination was reduced by half. In addition to representatives of NWRA, SWANA, and IEPA, the task force participants also include the US EPA, City of Chicago, Cook County, DuPage County, Kane County, Madison County, Will County, solid waste agencies of Cook County, Lake County, and West Cook County, and multiple organizations, including the Illinois County Solid Waste Management Association, Illinois Recycling Association, and the Steel Recycling Institute. So you can see that how big this has actually gotten and how many people are actually involved in this. I've had some people tell me, and I'm actually one of them, I was trying to do so well at my recycling that I went and got the larger recycling can. And my garbage went down, my recycling went up, and then now it's gone right back the other way again. I've only got maybe at the most half of my recycling can full, but my garbage can's really full again. So, but if you go to swalco.org, they actually put, this is one of the flyers that they put out. If you go to swalco.org, they can give you much more information than what was in this simple letter on what is good to recycle and not good to recycle. And as we get things set up properly, then our costs will come down, hopefully, and things will get a lot better.
Thank you, trustee. Very true how we all tried to do our best to recycle everything we could. Unfortunately, we're making a lot of mistakes in the process, and we caused
Right.
more harm than good by
Right.
over-recycling stuff that was not recyclable. So thank you for bringing it to our attention. I know we all felt that the residents of Round Lake Beach would be up to the challenge of the test that we went through with waste management. I think we've served the whole state very well in doing so, whether we gave them a good opportunity now to figure out how the best way to do it for the rest of the state and the county to begin with. So hopefully it'll work out very well for everyone involved.
Absolutely.
Any other trustees have any reports?
None.
Okay. No actual mayor's report. Just want to wish everyone a very happy Thanksgiving with your family and friends this Thursday. Try to be safe and enjoy yourselves. Hopefully the weather will be nice and you can be outdoors a little bit. And a reminder, our tree lighting is on this coming Friday at 6 p.m. right in front of the Village Hall. Santa Claus comes by about 6:15, so don't be late. We'll have a hot chocolate and cookies and all later afterwards. Is there a clerk's report tonight?
No report, thank you.
Okay, move right into our items of business then. We have item A, as a resolution approving the intergovernmental agreement with Round Lake School District 116 for the purchase of rock salt. We've been trying to do more and more work together with other governmental bodies in the Round Lake area to help bring down costs and improve services to our residents. This is one of those opportunities. We started this, I think, last year, and it worked out very well. It saved them a lot of money. Our Public Works Department, we're storing the salt is just around the corner from where the school district is. So they're able to grab the salt quickly. It doesn't cost us really anything else, and it helps all the residents in the Round Lake area. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve? Motion by trustee Valdez,
Second.
second by trustee Wallace. We have a motion and a second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
Trustee Wallace?
Aye.
Mayor Hill?
Aye. Item B is a resolution authorizing and approving an award of contract to Morton Salt Incorporated in an amount not to exceed $90,692. Years ago, we bought salt from just one company. We ran into some problems when they weren't unable to deliver. So now we split our contract between the state bid and the county bid to make sure we always have access to salt and we never have that situation happen again. This is one of the first ones. I think it's the Lake County bid. Yes.
No,
This
wait,
is CMS.
Oh, this is the state bid, okay. Oh, there is a, yeah, state
no,
bid.
no. First one is Lake County.
Okay, so first one is Lake County. Yeah. Okay, so that's $90,692 for Lake County for the rock salt. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Valdez?
Wait, we need a motion.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, jumping all over the place there now. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Husk,
Second.
second by trustee Wallace. Now please call the roll.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
Trustee Wallace?
Aye.
Trustee Husk?
Aye.
Mayor Hill?
Aye. Item C, as a resolution authorizing and approving an award of contract to Compass Minerals America Incorporated, an amount not to exceed $62,306. This is the state portion of the bid, again, to make sure we always have access to salt for the roads. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Wallace,
Second.
second by trustee Valdez. We have motion and second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Wallace?
Aye.
Trustee Husk?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
Mayor Hill?
Aye. Item D is a resolution authorizing and approving an award of contract to K-Tech Specialty Coatings Incorporated, an amount not to exceed $19,000. This is actually the pre-treatment that we put down before the snow and ice come through. It helps them from adhering to the road and helps make clearing the roads much easier and prevents the roads from getting slippery to begin with. That's been a great process. We have trucks outfitted with these sprayers for it. We do most of the main arterials before the snow even hits. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Husk,
Second.
second by trustee Wallace. We have motion and second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
Trustee Wallace?
Aye.
Mayor Hill?
Aye. Item E is a resolution authorizing an application for the Community Development Block Grant for program year 2019. We are applying for grant funds to reconstruct a portion of Hawthorne, just east of Cedar Lake Road. There's only certain areas of the community that are eligible for block grants. It has to be a census tract that has a lower income in it, and it's very restrictive. Last couple of years, the county didn't even offer this, because the county actually, community development block grants are funneled through the county for most of Lake County. Only a couple of communities can access them directly, and the county was pushing everything towards housing only for the last couple of years, so hopefully we'll be able to get some funds for the road reconstruction. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve? Motion by trustee Valdez,
Second.
second by trustee Husk. We have motion and second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
Trustee Wallace?
Aye.
Mayor Hill?
Aye. Item F, an ordinance establishing regular meeting dates for 2019 for the village board and village committees, boards, and commissions. We did make a change in October. For years, we held 2 committee meetings and 2 board meetings every month. Now, in the first and second Mondays of every month, we have committee meetings at 6 p.m. And the third Monday of each month, we have board meetings. And the fourth Monday, we keep open in case we have to have a meeting. If not, then we'll allow our staff to have the evening off. Things have gotten very efficient, so we don't have to worry about having all those additional meetings. Our board meetings right now, even though we only have one, last less than an hour. So before, they were about a half hour. But it didn't make any sense to have the staff all stay an extra night just for a half-hour meeting at 7 o'clock. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Wallace,
Second.
second by trustee Husk. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
Trustee Wallace?
Aye.
Mayor Hill?
Aye. Item G is an ordinance amending section 8-1-1-4 of the Round Lake Beach Village Code relating to temporary lighting. Year-round decorative lighting is getting more and more popular. Some look like holiday lighting. Actually, most of them look almost identical to holiday lighting in one way or another. So we need to differentiate them in our code so that residents that have year-round decorative lighting, as long as it meets the safety standards of unregulated laboratories. There are differences. Most, actually, holiday lights are only designed to be out for 90 days or less. They can't take the constant lighting. It's not good for them. It can cause them to cause fire. That's why they're only rated for 90 days, and that's why we have our code saying only 90 days for Christmas lights. But again, there are lots of lights out there nowadays that light up patios and so forth that look like Christmas lights or decorative lighting. Some are still only rated for 90 days. So if you buy any outdoor lighting for your patios, make sure it's year-round lighting, and if you want to see any fires in the community. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve? Motion by trustee Valdez,
Second?
Second by trustee Wallace. We have motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk,
Aye.
Trustee Valdez,
Aye.
Trustee Wallace,
Aye.
Mayor Hill.
Aye. Item H is a resolution approving the intergovernmental agreement and bylaws to establish a Lake County Land Bank Authority. We've been working with the Lake County Municipal League for about a year now, creating the land bank for the whole county. It'll allow Round Lake Beach other communities to more easily address the vacant properties, to purchase those properties for reuse in a later date. It has a lot of benefits to us. Even though we are large enough for a home rule community, we can do this on our own, and we have been doing a lot of this on our own. This hopefully will streamline the process and make it easier on our staff too, and on our budget. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved?
Motion by trustee Wallace,
Second.
second by trustee Husk. We have motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Valdez,
Aye.
Trustee Wallace,
Aye.
Husk,
Aye.
Mayor Hill.
Aye. Okay, that's also approved. Let's see, item I, a resolution authorizing and approving award of contract to Leo J. Fox Trucking and Excavating, an amount not to exceed $10,511. We're ready to tear down the last house on lakefront property to open up the area for more residential recreation. Years ago, we started buying some of the houses that were north of the fishing pier area, and there was one house left. It'll soon be gone, and we'll be able to program that whole area for more recreation down by the lakefront, whether it be fishing or other recreation down there. So it'll be a great addition to the lakefront park. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve? Motion by trustee Valdez,
Second?
second by trustee Wallace. We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Wallace,
Aye.
Trustee Husk,
Aye.
Trustee Valdez,
Aye.
Mayor Hill.
Aye. See, item J is an ordinance amending section 3-2-8 of Village Code regarding the number of Class B liquor licenses. We do have a new business in town that applied for a liquor license and passed all the background and legal requirements. So we'll be creating an additional package sales license, not for on-premises serving, only for package buy to take home or to a friend's house, if you care to. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Husk,
Second?
second by trustee Wallace. We have motion and a second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk,
Aye.
Trustee Valdez,
Aye.
Trustee Wallace,
Aye.
Mayor Hill.
Aye. Item K is a resolution approving a master power supply agreement. Green aggregation programs are getting more and more popular. When suppliers analyze a community for a 100% green community aggregation program, they calculate the price of each individual account and will switch only those accounts which power costs less than the ComEd default rate. The remainder of the accounts that are costlier to serve will remain on ComEd supply service. However, the entire aggregation, including those remaining on ComEd supply, will receive 100% RECs for all power consumed. So it's I guess kind of a green program to help us make sure we're using renewable energy, green energy as they call it. And it's not gonna cost the residents anything additional. Hopefully, might even save some people a couple dollars. But that we'll have to wait and see based on the ComEd rates and how much electricity everyone uses. But again, people won't be switched over if it's not gonna benefit them. And the company will be checking each and every electric user in the community before they make any switches. Anything to add to that? Okay. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Wallace,
Second.
second by trustee Husk. We have a motion and a second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk,
Aye.
Trustee Valdez,
Aye.
Trustee Wallace,
Aye.
Mayor Hill.
Aye. Okay, item L is an ordinance authorizing the acceptance of certain property for the county of Lake. I think it should be from the county of Lake. It has come to the attention of the village that when the subdivision to the west of Fox Chase was developed, there's a 66-foot strip of land that was intended for a potential roadway extension, was platted and eventually purchased by Lake County DOT. They've had this for many, many years now. They finally determined they're never gonna use this property. So they're turning over the village around Lake Beach. It does abut some of our properties. It might come in handy in the future as we make any changes to that area over there. There's also some properties that need this road and this land in order to access their own properties. So that's important that we keep control of that and doesn't just go out to somebody else that might own it in the future. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve? Motion by trustee Valdez,
Second.
second by trustee Wallace. We have a motion and a second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk,
Aye.
Trustee Valdez, Trustee Wallace,
Aye.
Mayor Hill.
Aye. Item M is an ordinance granting certain variances and departures for the property at 904 Cedar Lake Road. This is a former Frank's Floor Building. It's been closed for quite a while now. It's gonna be reopened as another retail store of some sort. We aren't sure exactly what yet. It'd be nice to have another active user in there. The building has to meet the current zoning codes and everything else. We have to approve the variances in order for them to keep the building there. And since the building's already there, it would make any sense to not approve the variances as it is. The village did buy the property next to it and tore down the old house that was there, so there'll be more parking available for any business that does go in there, and we're working with the owners to make sure that all goes smoothly. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Husk,
Second.
second by trustee Wallace. We have a motion and a second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk,
Aye.
Trustee Valdez,
Aye.
Trustee Wallace,
Aye.
Mayor Hill.
Aye. Item N is a resolution approving certain insurance policies for the Village of Round Lake Beach. We're going to be renewing our general liability and workers' compensation insurance and adding cyber liability insurance, and also increasing our umbrella policy to about $9 million from $7 million. Cyber liability is a big issue nowadays. Hopefully we'll never have to use that, but we're going to make sure we have that just in case something does happen. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve? Motion by trustee
Second.
Wallace, second by trustee Valdez. We have a motion and a second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Valdez,
Aye.
Trustee Wallace,
Aye.
Trustee Husk,
Aye.
Mayor Hill.
Aye. That was our last item of business tonight. Anyone from the public has any questions or comments for the board, please step to the microphone. Either state your comment or ask your question.
Hello, my name is Terry Meyer, for those who may not know me. I just wanted to come by and present to the Village of Round Lake Beach a thank you for participating in the chili supper this year. I know Dave loved seeing the parking lot so full over there, and it was really, really a great treat. To see all the kids that come out there and their parents and the kids from, you know, the elementary to the high school all performing is just such a wonderful, wonderful event. And we're just so happy that the villages were able to compete, which Village of Haynesville won. Just want to let you know. So I would be very honored to present you with this.
Oh, thank you, Sherry.
Thank you.
And thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Well, I, for one, look forward to that every year. It's great to go over there and have a nice bowl of chili and a hot dog and good stuff. I know when I was leaving, I was told there was a couple of big classes coming up. They have the kids all go up on stage from different classes, from different schools, and they do different singing and so forth. Then there was a class of 100 from one middle school and 200 from the next middle school. I missed both of those because we had to come back here for a board meeting. But that's wonderful, and you're right, the parking lot was jam-packed with parents and kids just having a ball. It's great to see. Thank you. Anyone else? Well, thanks again for being here tonight. We do not have any executive session, so we have no action on those items. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Husk,
Second.
second by trustee Valdez. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you, everyone. See, less than a half hour, see?